going on, everybody? It's Tamer Barker at Dothraki Outdoors. Halfway home with this, so I'm going to get the first half of this done. This is my 2023 Baitcast rod and reel arsenal. Still finalizing a few things with spinning, upgrading a few things, so that's got to wait a couple days, maybe a week or two at most. But Baitcast rods all set. I'm rolling with 7 this year, and I'm gonna get the brands and talk to you about why. Starting out. So this is my only one left. This is my, you guys have seen these in probably some old videos. It's my last Ike rod, and this is probably the favorite one I've ever owned. It's the best jerkbait rod I've ever used. 6'8" medium action composite Mike Iaconelli series Baitcast rod with a 6.6-to-1 Abu Garcia Revo Ike reel. I will probably be upgrading this next year, but I can get one more year out of it. Great rod for jerk baits and also Zara spook style, walking style topwater baits. Coming next is a new addition to the lineup this year. Actually, the rest of these all are new additions this year. And as you can see, I'm pretty much, as of last year, experiment with a few. I'm pretty much a Dobbins guy. For me, you know, Dobbins rods, the quality, very good for the price point. I don't think, other than one of these rods, all these rods I own retail under $250. And I've broken a few just because, you know, I fish hard and stuff, and all you have to do is send it back, and I think it's like $10, brand new rod. You can't beat, that's one of the best customer services I've seen. So anyways, this is the first of the lineup, staying with the reaction baits for Dobbins. This is my Fury 705 medium heavy crankbait rod. It's more of their kind of their square bill rod, that type of deal. But basically, this is pretty much going to be my small crankbait rod. As you can see right now, I have a DT4 on ready to go fish tomorrow. But also stuff like jointed shad wraps. At most, I'll be throwing 3/8 KVD square bill, but smaller wiggle warts, clack and cranks, stuff like that. So this is my small crankbait rod, Revo Witch reel, 10-pound Seagar Invisix fluorocarbon. And back to the last rod, I usually run 10-pound Seagar on that, but I actually still have some just some mono on because it's going to be topwater season very soon. I know for most of the country it already is. Next in the lineup, this is, oh, sorry, wrong rod. I'm gonna grab this one. Next in the lineup, this is my medium-sized crankbait rod. I don't really do a lot of deep cranking for where I fish, so this is what we're rolling with here. Dobbins 735 Champion XP medium heavy glass. Now this rod here, it's about a 60-40 bend. It definitely has a good bend to it, but it can handle these bigger crankbaits. 3/8 is as small as I'm going to go right here. Actually, I believe this is a 7/16 6 cents 50X crush square bill. This is pretty much a square bill rod, and also big topwater like whopper plopper, chug bug, any type of steady retrieved larger topwaters as well. So I actually threw on this for the first time trying it. Heard a lot of good reviews. 12-pound Sunline, I believe it's Sensation monofilament. So we're gonna try this out tomorrow, see how I like it, but heard nothing but good things about this rod. Very, very excited to get it on the water here soon. All right, so that's it for the treble hook bait rods. We're all on to my last 4, all single hooked bait rods. This is a new one. Did some research on it, really like what it has to offer. Under 200 bucks, pretty good price point for the rod. Oh, one quick thing. This is the new, on the Champ XP. This is the first of 3 of these in my lineup. This is the new Revo STX, 6.7-to-1. You know, I still am familiar with square bills, which is normally during hotter water anyways, and also quick enough to throw topwater. Anyways, this is my second of 3 Revo, Abu Garcia Revo STXs. This is also 6.7-to-1. This rod is primarily my bladed jig rod, chatterbait rod. Right now happens to be a beluga patterned jackhammer for tomorrow. I like going a little slower with chatterbaits and spinnerbaits, so I have just a slower gear ratio here. Talked about the next rod here in a second. It's actually the exact same rod, but heavy action Sam Sobe. For those of you who don't know, Dobbins, mainly for their graphite rods, are usually about a power high, bait cast wise, so you got to know that. So this is like your standard medium heavy, but yeah. So this is if I'm either throwing 2 spinnerbaits or spinnerbait and chatterbait here, these are pretty much the only 2 baits I'll be throwing this rod because of that 6.7 to 1 gear ratio. Okay, now here's that rod's doppelganger. Another Dobbins 7.2 heavy actions, Sam Sobe 724C. However, this STX has an 8.1 to 1 gear ratio. Now, my deal here with that is I can slow that down just enough to throw a spinnerbait or a second chatterbait well enough, but I can also burn a spinnerbait in low clear water in the summer. Or if I'm fishing a lake, I can throw a bigger jig. I can throw like my 3/8, my half outs, my 5/8, those weights. So this is actually probably my main baitcast multi-purpose rod. It's pretty much chatterbaits, jigs, spinnerbaits, anything along those lines. Heck, I mean, with fluorocarbon here, this is both these last 2. These Sam Sobes both have 15-pound Seaguar and Vizix fluorocarbon. You can even get away throwing a buzzbait on this, probably, especially this one with the faster gear ratio. So again, really like these Sam Sobe rods. So I picked 2 of them up this year, both the 724C. This is primarily my spinnerbait rod. Okay, now we're getting into the power stick here. This is the Dobbins Caden 765, 7'6" mag heavy action. This is my flipping stick. This actually is a medium heavy, but it's a super fast action. It's a broomstick. This is pretty much gonna be. I just have a buzzbait tied on here just for keeping the line up. But anyways, pretty much my frogging rod, my heavy flipping rod, and that's pretty much it. This rod's honestly probably not gonna get a whole heck of a lot of use. I might be able to tie a leader on and use a buzzbait if I want, but this reel here is actually the Revo Rocket STX 9.01 super fast gear ratio for the frog and flipping situations, and I just have some 50-pound Berkeley braid. I don't even remember the X9, I believe it is. So I'm giving that a try this year, seeing how I like it. I heard some good things about it. So Dobbins Caden 765, we're gonna do some damage on lakes this year. Now, before I show you this last combo, this is probably the most expensive combo. This is the most expensive combo I ever bought, baitcast or spinning. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it is truly a Cadillac. It's a step above. This is the Dobbins Champion Extreme 744 split grip with a Zenon 8.3 to 1. All my baitcast reels are left-handed. This is my primary bread and butter jig rod. 10-pound Seaguar and Vizix, 1/4 to 5/16 ounce jigs, whether I'm fishing deep in the river or just standard water on lakes. This is going to be a huge workhorse rod. I'll always have on the boat. I've already fished with it a few times this year. The sensitivity is unmatched. I've never used a rod that's this sensitive before, and super light. Just very high quality. Again, this is a heavy action, but it's more like a medium heavy. But I mean, it definitely has good power to get a good hook set on a either deep smallie or a largemouth just crushing a jig. So, like I said, other than one rod this year, I've pretty much made that switch to Dobbins. Just from trying a few of their rods last year, I really like their quality, sensitivity, price point. Like I said, this is a little more expensive, but the rest of those rods, all but one, are under $200. So. Really like them. Once you see my spinning rod arsenal video, they'll all be Dobbins. I'm still with Avi Garcia reels. Love all of those. So this is Team Bear coming to you guys, Dual Throw Outdoors, with my 2023 Baitcast rod and reel arsenal. Thank you for watching this Dual Throw Outdoors video. If you like this video, be sure to leave it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more Dual Throw Outdoors content.